Hi everyone, I hope you've all had a great New Year and Christmas, and in this video we're going to be racing in the Porsche GT3 Cup at the Charlotte Roval. So I had a pretty terrible qualifying, put me down in 12th with 120.4. This is particularly annoying considering my best was a 119 flat and my optimum was about the 118.5, which would have put me really near the front. And since this is a top split with strength of field about 3,100, it's a shame to be down in 12th, but let's see how I get on. Okay, so not the best place to be, we're right on the corner for the start.
P15, the track temp is 28 Celsius. Okay Paul, be ready. Green, green, green.
Okay, so that's pretty bad launch, pretty bad getaway. We've already dropped down a couple of spaces already, so not ideal. Just trying to get through this as clean as possible. I think we've lost a few spaces, and we've just got to just try to hold on and hopefully not get caught up in any carnage. I see a car up ahead, it's completely lost it. So just trying to avoid that, and just got to go down the middle here. And unfortunately, that guy's just driven straight into the side of us, so we've definitely got damage now. This car's bad enough as it is at the start of the race because it's quite cold. So just got to watch out for this guy. Same guy nearly hit us again. Not ideal. And once again, we've nearly collided again. So really, I don't think that start could have gone any worse. We're already far down the pack. We've now got damage, which is probably going to affect the car, and we've dropped down a few places. So yeah, the car definitely feels a bit wrong. Typically when you get a bit of damage like that, it can set the geometry of your setup out slightly, so your camber or your toe is not pointing the way it should. And that's kind of what this feels like to me, especially under the brakes. The car feels like it's twitching around. And right there, it's just complete understeer.
The gap to Perez in front is now 0.5.
So,
P14.
Yeah, we're in 14th. Whoa! So the guy's just completely lost it ahead of us. So I guess we're up to 13th now. Yeah, so I think everybody's kind of struggling a bit. The tyres typically take about 5 laps to get up to temp. But I think it's even worse when your car has damage because it's not quite turning the way that it does normally with the setup. Yeah, it definitely feels a bit sketchy. I'm getting a lot of understeer right now. I could go and get the car repaired, but to be honest, it would take so long to do that. My race would pretty much be over, so I don't think I'll bother doing that. I think I'll just continue. And we've got another guy who's just lost it there. I don't know how he lost it there because that was actually a straight. So we're gaining places just by staying in the running, so ultimately I think we'll just have to keep going, hope that the car doesn't catch us out due to damage, and just try to catch up with people as much as we can. God, the understeer there was atrocious. P12. Okay, at least we're up to 12th, so we're at the position we started at. In theory, if we hadn't had a damaged car, we should have been right up there. The typical pace that I had, about a 119-ish, that was good for sort of the top of the split, so yeah, let's see if the car gets any better as the tyres warm up. At the moment, we've not really got the pace to compete very well. Oh god, just the understeer through there. So I think I made a comment about this on the safety rating video once. The worst thing I could do right now is actually quit the race. My I rating would drop and my safety rating would really drop. So I've got to just stick in this. I could get the car repaired, but I'm just going to try to limp this all the way to the end. The guys ahead of me have got away a little bit,
Has just done a
and the guy behind me is
118.6.
definitely gaining.
Yellow flag.
This car, this car is absolutely atrocious now on the brakes. On the brakes, it's just squirming all over the place due to the damage.
Left side.
So, to be honest, just going to let these cars go through. It's not really worth fighting because they've probably got more pace than me with a better car. Yeah, just with this damage, I've just got to try to make it to the end and try to do it without having any more incidents, ideally. So one thing I'm trying to do to negate the understeer is just use the brakes as much as I can. Get the car turning, a bit of lift off oversteer. But ultimately I'm really struggling under the hard braking areas with the car just twitching all over the place. So like that, I'm just having to brake earlier and earlier because it's just not going to brake properly in a straight line. So I think the tactic I'm going to have to take now is actually just try to take it a bit more easy, brake a bit early, try to keep it smooth, hope the tyres get warmer, and we can just pick up places as people fall off the track.
Yellow flag. Keep
Oh,
your wits about you, mate.
okay, so another car's gone. And this could be interesting up ahead as well. These guys are now dicing. So clearly not just me that's struggling with a car that's not gripping. Obviously the damage for me is making it a little bit worse, but yeah, there's definitely a lot of people spun out on this race. Whoa, so we've got quite a few things going on here. These guys having a bit of a battle. One guy went wide. I'm just trying to avoid this as much as I can. Now,
Right side's clear.
basically I had a guy up my right there. The fact that these guys are holding me up is now letting the guys behind me have a chance. And to be honest, I'm just going to let him through. It's just not worth risking more damage.
Go ahead, man. Go.
Don't panic. Car left. Clear left.
Oh god, completely ruined that. So another car's gone through. This race probably couldn't have gone worse. But yeah, there's nothing really I can do other than just continue until the end, just try to limp it home and see what I can do. Like the worst thing I could do is quit. And interestingly, I keep seeming to catch these guys up pretty quickly in some bits.
Now, 0.7. P15.
So we're all the way down in 15th now, so we've essentially lost 3 places from where we started. Really not good. It is top split, and we were ranked 9th, so 15 is really not where we want to be.
Power is reeling you in. The gap's now 0.7.
Okay, so we've got another car that's just gone off. People just, like, you wouldn't believe this is top split. It's almost like a lower split, the amount of people that have gone off. So that's good, we're up to 14th. It's a case of just trying to focus on these guys, try to avoid the guy behind us actually getting a chance to attack. So definitely quicker than this guy in that area, and really caught him up. So it's unfortunate. I think this guy's definitely holding me up, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to easily get past him, to be honest.
Fastest lap.
And we've got pressure now behind us. It could be worth just letting the guy through. Yeah, let's just let him through. Ultimately, I've got damage. I'm never going to win this race. I just need to get to the end. And okay, as luck would have it, he's just lost it. So I let him through and he crashed, which is brilliant. And we've got another guy going off ahead as well. This is just absolute carnage. I can't believe this.
Car left. Clear left.
So I think this is an example why sometimes even if you are damaged, it's just worth going and just trying to make it to the end, because clearly other people are having problems here. So my best lap time so far is a 120.7, so quite far off my best of a 119 flat, and definitely off my optimum of 118.5. So the damage is definitely causing quite an impact for me. That last lap was a 122.2, really bad. Okay, so I'm just trying to catch up the guys ahead, just trying to drive as smooth as I can, not make any mistakes. Whoa, so the tyres still slipping all over the place. I don't know if that's the damage or just generally the track is not grippy, since everybody's had a problem, but yeah, got to definitely be careful. We're currently about 1.8 behind the guy ahead. On this section with the damage, it's absolutely rocking my wheel all over the place. I don't know if it's just bumps or the damage just kind of rumbling about.
The gap in front is now 1.9.
Okay, so 120.9 that last lap, not great at all.
Gap to Perez behind is increasing. It's now 2.9.
Okay, so we're definitely closing the gap to the guy ahead. The guy behind, we've sort of kept a distance quite nicely, so the pressure is currently off. Hopefully I can get in this guy's slipstream and just get past him. Right in front of me. Unfortunately, he killed my momentum coming out there.
Car left. Clear left.
I presume maybe he's going to the pits to get his damage repaired, but that's good for us.
Paul. Great move. Keep it up. P13, you've just done a 121.0.
So there was a car there, I don't know if it was a back marker or not, that was just parked pretty much. So I'm not sure what was going on there, whether somebody had an issue or whether it was a back marker just letting everybody through. It seemed a bit odd. So the tyres are definitely starting to grip a bit more, I think. Car's still all over the place, but at least if we have a bit more grip, we should be able to start pushing a bit harder and actually catch these guys. Typically at that braking point back there, you typically brake around the 3 or just before the 3 board. But with the car as it is, I'm braking more around the 4, just to make sure that it just doesn't understeer off or lose control.
Stop is now leading.
Find you can take quite a lot of those curbs there as well. It doesn't penalise you. When the car's actually working, you can carry quite a lot of speed through there. So I've got to be a little bit careful. The guy behind me, Perez, seems to be gaining a bit. So need to really push on and try to catch these guys ahead now. It was a lot nicer through that section there. Actually felt like it turned in. Actually rode those curves quite nicely.
That's your quickest lap.
Yeah, and that lap was a 120 flat pretty much. Obviously not as quick as I can go, but certainly better than what I was doing previously. One thing I do like about this car with the new tyre model is it really dances on the edge of grip. It's quite a driver's car, as in it. I think it really shows driver skill. You have to actually balance it quite nicely. Oh, so I've hit the wall just watching what was happening up ahead. I think two cars just collided going into that corner, and as I was watching them, I slid slightly into the wall. So just jumping ahead a bit. Ultimately I've caught these guys up now. Obviously that damage didn't do too much since the car still drives okay, and possibly even straighten the car out a bit when I hit the wall. So these guys are now only 0.6 ahead of me. I'm now going to be looking to kind of really try to put some pressure on them if I can. So yeah, right on them now. There might be an opportunity up ahead. Okay, it looks like he's going for a move, so I'll just hang back a little bit. No, he didn't quite do it, so it's actually slowed us all down, unfortunately. Definitely wants to try to get past, so I'm aware that at any point these guys might end up colliding with each other. I've got to be ready for that. Equally, I've got to be ready for an opportunity to get past as well. So this could be an opportunity here.
Clear right. That was 121.4.
Probably shouldn't be doing lunges, especially with my car handling the way it is. So the downside with this is they're definitely holding me up, and it's actually letting the guy behind me catch up again. I think he was about 2 seconds behind, and now he's down to 0.7. So really not ideal. I don't know what this guy's doing now. He's almost purposely going slowly through that. Maybe his plan actually is to back me up into the guy behind and hope that he troubles me enough that I actually just drop off again. Once again, his line into there wasn't particularly good. It was very shallow, so I'm not surprised we both got a pretty bad exit out there. So this guy's right behind me now. I've got to be really, really careful. Just shows you how slow those guys are going, that it's basically let this guy completely catch up.
Yellow flag, caution.
Feels like the tyres are starting to slide as well, so really, really not ideal. Got this guy holding me up and the tyres are just slipping all over the place.
Come on, Paul, push, 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 we can get this guy.
Whoa. Yeah, so I mean, it's just completely sliding about.
P11.
I think in reality, if I get any more pressure from behind, it's probably not worth me fighting it. The car is a bit of a mess, and yeah, I'm almost near the end of the race now, so I really just want to make it to the end, try to keep it fairly clean during the race.
That lap was a 120.6.
Okay, so the guy ahead of me's made a slight mistake.
On your right.
And it's actually just let the guy try to go up the inside, so it's probably not worth me fighting this too hard. I really don't want us both to end up colliding. But I actually pushed wide there, so it's probably going to give him a chance to go through.
Left side.
And there he basically goes, so let's let him go. He can hopefully try to bother the guys ahead, and maybe, if we're lucky, that'll cause something that lets us gain the place back. Oh my god, just completely messed that up there.
It's now 1.1 P12.
Just essentially locking the brakes slightly, got it a bit sideways, and yeah, just completely messed that up. So it's given them a bit of a chance to get away now, unfortunately.
Two laps remaining.
Okay, so it looks like the guys ahead might be battling, but ultimately I need to just stay out of it really and just try to get to the end.
It's now 8.7 seconds. Last lap.
So we're on the last lap, the car's sliding all over the place, we're running 12th, and to be honest I just want to get this to the end. I'm hoping that something happens up ahead. Those two guys look like they're still battling, but really I'd be happy if I finished 12th. Yeah, the car is shot, tyres are shot, the car is just a mess. And this is the thing, is Sometimes you just get this in a race and you just have to deal with it. They can't all be brilliant. And yeah, basically 12th isn't too bad considering we actually were ranked 9th, so I shouldn't lose too much iRating. And yeah, if I'd quit or retired or gone to the back of the grid and pitted and got it repaired, I'd have been in a far worse situation than this. So it was one of those ones where you just had to keep going.
Yellow flag.
There we go. So made it to the end.
P12. Okay, it's over.
So looking at the actual results, the great thing is, since I ran pretty clean throughout the race, I actually got a huge safety rating boost. My iRating didn't really go down much either, so ultimately this proves that it's actually sometimes worth persisting even when things go wrong. So I hope you all enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll try to catch you next time. Thanks all.